Welcome back to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and today we're going to play Mage Mountain. Now this is a deck builder that's currently in early access, and it has some stat focused cards which make it quite interesting. So let's start a brand new game. Dear members of the Arcane Guild, it appears your leader and two senior guild members have set up camp on Mage Mountain, where they're summoning demonic beasts to wreak havoc upon the kingdom. They're slaughtering villagers and are headed for the king. We ask of your expertise to help us bring an end to the reign of terror. Those of you who succeed shall be greatly rewarded. Sincerely, the Royal Guard. Alright, so at the beginning you can transfer up to 3 cards. It doesn't tell you what you're transforming them into, so you kind of have to guess. Before we do that, let me walk over to the interface. So we have on the left top a gold HP. These are scrolls. These are sort of like one-time attacks that you can use. Here you have items. This is going to affect your stats or your cards. And here on the bottom you have your skills or stats. And the skills are important because many cards are affected by the skills. For example, the shield gives me block 4 plus defense. So my defense is only 1, so this is 5 in total. My sword, for example, gives me attack 6 plus melee, which is only 1, so attack 7 this turn, and etc. So you want to make sure that you are sort of upgrading the right stats in order for what you want to do. So we're gonna, alright, so card-wise what we're gonna pick is, we're gonna switch one of these shields. Ooh, this is really good. We got a silver shield, so this is gonna double our defense. So actually it's not good right now because the regular shield will give us block 4 plus defense. This gives us defense times 2, so we need defense 3 in order for this to be better than regular shield. Gain vitality shell. It just gives us vitality. All of these are okay. This is good. The silver sword is good. The other things are all kind of rubbish. But I'm going to grab distraction, which is, so there's some attacks that really increase your distraction, which is pretty good. Ooh, attack projectile times 4 doesn't seem too bad. Because we can increase our projectile pretty easily. So he's going to attack us for 6. I can attack him for 10. So I'm going to block for 9 and then attack him for 10. My silver sword. And he's giving me bruise, which means when he hits me, I will lose extra. I will take extra damage, but I can actually kill him first. So let's do that. And we can pick either HP or gold. I don't think the HP goes over your max HP. Let me actually try that. Oh, it does. Okay, so it can be pretty useful. Now, we do have lots of stuff that give us like projectile attack. So I think I might go... Ooh, attack defense is also pretty interesting. Because we do have that shield that... So we have choices here. We can either try focusing on like projectile stuff and then grab things like projectile plus 1. Or we can try to start focusing on defense so that when we use things like the spiky shield or the better shield, we get defense. But I think I'm going to start with the projectile stuff. That seems pretty cool to me. Now here you can pick where you want to go. Once we have gold and other cool stuff, we might be able to go back here to the city where we can try to pay gold to gain extra stats where we need to. But right now, let's just keep fighting. So he has 26 attacks. So I'm going to use my silver sword. And I'm going to block. And then use, I think, my arrow sword. Now notice I now have 3 attacks. That's because I have 12 plus cards. So each time you gain more cards, you're going to be able to do additional attacks, which is quite useful. We can actually kill him. With, I'm going to use the vitality. I'm not entirely sure what this does. Oh, I think it just heals me. Okay, so that was a good move then. I'm going to grab some gold because with the gold I might be able to do extra damage. Now this is interesting. This is an item. And this means that arrows do 3x damage on bows active. This is terrible items for us. We don't care. But normally you can equip items and they give you different kind of bonuses. Second thing we could get is a gem. Attack 1 if fatal, gain another gem. You might read this and be like, that seems very, very bad. Because being able to get the enemy to exactly 1 health is quite difficult. So why would I ever want this? This is like an absolute rubbish. Well, because you can exchange gems for items or a powerful card. So gems are actually quite useful. They're not necessarily great like for the gameplay. You don't really want to play with them because the attack 1 is low. But in order to gain the extra stuff, that makes it quite useful. Let's go to the chest. Ooh. Ooh, I'm gonna grab the... Well, do we want defense or do we want gold? I'm gonna take the defense because we got that shield. So now the silver shield is actually quite useful. And we'll grab some gold so that we can go here to the wizard head and I can see here I can exchange some of the gems. So I would like a good gem. So we've got a couple options. We could get, at the start of combat, apply 2 bruise to all enemies. So every time we hit the enemy, we get a +2 attack. And regular enemies aren't that difficult, but at the end of the game, you'll be fighting a boss that has like 280 HP. So bruise isn't that great against him, but it's quite interesting. Whilst equipped, adds +2 vitality. We don't have anything with vitality, so we don't care. At the start of combat, boost 2 random skills +1, don't really care. Add a special card to your dex, +1 exposure. It removes all enemy block. That's interesting. At the start of combat, gain HP seems pretty cool to me. Square frisbee is projectile times projectile. That could be useful because we want to go down the projectile path. So we're going to grab that. We don't have any more gems, so we're just going to leave. But we can come back to this if we need it. And we could go here to either the shop where we can buy some like items. So for example, I could gain... Do I have any item? Okay, Helmet of the Hunter gives me projectile and stealth. I think I might want to take that. Now we could grab an amulet. We don't have an amulet available. Ooh, what else is interesting here? Projectile times melee is currently 2. Well, melee is always going to be 2, so that's not great. The spiky shield will give me block 7 and attack 3. I think I'm actually going to return, go to the tavern, where we could increase our projectile again. So now that weird thing that does the square ring is now going to do 9 damage. And imagine if we could get projectile up again, you might be able to get it up to like 16. And in the church, you can offer gem to gain a reward or remove a card. So let's go fighting. So he's attacking us for 11. So I'm going to start by doing... Oh, I can't defend myself. So I'm going to start with a silver sword. Oh, and the projectile does 12 damage and I can kill him in a single turn. So you really want to focus on getting a lot of bonuses in a single stat. I'm going to grab... I think I'm going to grab HP. Okay, we get projectile +1. That's amazing. This is now 4. But he's defending himself. Sorry, he's not defending. He's giving himself evasion, which means he's going to be able to evade my next attack. So the first 2 attacks are going to be rubbish. Ooh, projectile times projectile. So we're going to start this with iron sword, which is not going to do anything. Silver sword, which is not going to do anything. And then square frisbee, which is going to do 16 damage and drops him on the ground. Let's grab gold. I'm going to put even more into projectile. Okay. Ooh, he's attacking for 6. Ooh, projectile times 4. This is 20 attack. I'm going to defend myself because I don't want him to hit me. I don't know. This vitality shell is just like for 1 turn, right? Oh, block is not removed at the end of the turn, so that's actually pretty cool. It's not that great for us because we are not like a defense-focused build. Look at that, 25. Oh, I can't defend myself now because... Actually, I could use a scroll. Oh, my scroll's only up. So what it does, it lowers his damage to half is what ice does. I'm not going to do that because it's kind of a waste on this guy, but it's going to be important on the big boss fight that we'll get to at some point. Let's grab some HP. And now we can get attack distraction times 3 and apply static. Target receives X damage when attacking. Antidote allows us to reduce fire, which can be pretty useful because the boss tends to give you a lot of fire. I think I'm just gonna grab more destruction here, like stat-wise. Ooh. Let's just grab a gem and defense. Okay, here we have an event. I don't suppose you're selling any of that stuff, are you? Says a voice from behind. You turn to see a man in a black hood and a handful of gold coins. We could gain 106 gold. That's not worth it because the ring is just too good. This specific ring is kind of what's winning us the game. Just that frisbee. Because like, look at this. I can use this. And the first guy is just dead. He just dropped dead. Just like that. Defend? I'm gonna defend because we can defend for 8 exactly. So he won't be able to hit us. And we should be able to do some nice damage next turn. Or not. Apparently not very nice damage, but at least some damage. Right, now he's dead. More HP. Ooh, what is this? Increase random skill +2 permanently. We'll grab that. That seems pretty useful. Ooh, he's doing... Giving me... So let's increase... Oh, it increased projectile, guys. It increased projectile. So this is going to be 7 times 7 is our beautiful frisbee. Like, look at this. 49 damage. Like, man. I'm gonna grab... Ooh, projectile times 2 plus 5 if... yeah, so we'll grab this. This is 14 damage, which isn't... Like, for us, it's not that great, but it's still kind of cool. Choose one of 2 cards to lose, gain 8 HP. Ooh. The thing is, if you lose anything with projectile... We can lose the frisbee, though, because this is based on the ring, so I'm gonna take it. Yeah, I'm gonna lose the game shell. I don't care about it. It gives me 8 HP, sure. Let's go do some more fighting. Alright, frisbee, first guy straight up dead. And second guy straight up dead. Look at me go. Okay, heal 12 HP. This is heal. I don't know if this is gonna give us spare my HP. I'm gonna grab the purple potion again. I don't know if we're gonna get lucky enough for it to go for, like, projectile again. Oh my god, did you see that going for... No, yeah, projectile, oh my god. That was amazing. Okay, we're gonna be able to go to the boss really soon. More projectile, I mean, obviously. Now, let's go. Lose 5 HP, gain random scroll. We can do that because we have all the scrolls, so that's fine. I want to go to... I have one more gem, so can I grab an amulet? And the start of the combat, gain 4 HP. Sure. And we have 40 gold, so let me just go... I'll give myself extra defense, I think. And I think we'll do the boss fight now. We'll start with 100 attack. And another 10. The 10 isn't much, but like the 100, that was amazing. I don't think we can get this again. So, but we can do like 40 attacks with some of our other stuff. Now, he is hitting me. Okay, I'm gonna apply the ice so that I can lower her attack to 9. And we cannot, even if you block, you can't avoid fire. So we do have to kill her quickly. Okay, let's use an arrow and a spear. I don't have the vitality, so my block doesn't stay between turns, so I'm not going to worry about it. But she does have ice for 11 turns, so any attack she does to me is lowered to half, which makes it quite useful. I could block for 10, so let's do that. I don't want to get hit unnecessarily. Yeah, so we're going to be able to kill her pretty easily. But it can really depend. Like, in this particular gameplay, it seems like the game is quite easy. But in my test game, I lost twice. Because you really have to get lucky in order to get... You have to have enough cards that focus on a single stat. Like, in all of my test games, I mostly got cards that focus on distraction. I wasn't able to get it up to something like 10. This square frisbee is like single-handedly winning us the game. So I do want to make sure that you know that. Professor Linda's journal. Guildmaster Alcon told me to wait here and keep watch, while seeing Professor Shield continued up the mountain. Suits me just fine, it's cold up here. Suits me just fine, it's cold up here, apparently she likes it cold. A few soldiers have appeared, but were easily slaughtered by Algon's summoned minions, which appear more frequently by the day. Perhaps Algon's plan will work after all? Okay, now we gotten a golden egg, which we can later spend to unlock some new cards, or keep them in our deck to use during combat. So we're actually going to bank them. And we can gain like more HP and more gold. We'll increase our defense as always. And now we jump to the next stage. But I actually think that we are going to... Actually, we don't need to end the episode. So let's do like one more combat. 100 damage. Just straight up dead, this guy. And this one is almost dead. He gave me static. When I receive damage... No, sorry. When I attack, I get hit for 1. Is what it should do. Do I want to hit or block? I can do... So I can't kill him. So I'm going to block and then use my silver sword here. Now let's use the projectile and he's dropped dead. Let's gain more HP. Ooh, what is this? Increase stealth by 1. I haven't really seen many like attacking stealth cards. There were a few in my test game, but not many. This I presume is going to be useful for things like dodge, where we can like fully block an attack. I'm actually going to grab... I think I'll grab vitality. The options were all kind of terrible for what we want. 100 seats. So this guy's starting to get a lot more HP. Hunch, add X block at the start of a turn. Okay, so let's use our projectile. Yeah. By projectile, I meant the frisbee. Ooh. Okay, so this is a ship. Okay, attack stealth time 5. Destruction Bruise is pretty interesting because Bruise gives you damage every time you get hit. So if you have like a destruction based cards and then you can use this, you're going to be able to use the damage. But I think I'm going to take the shift. Like 10 attack is not bad for the stuff that I have. Like it's better than the basic attacks. And we can always get stealth up if we need to. It's not necessarily our build. I mean, it kind of makes sense for it to be our build. Like, we're focusing on projectiles, so presumably attacking from a distance. And then you would imagine that when they get to you, you're kind of hiding with stealth. Like, it would make sense. Like, we could be like a rogue. Rogue/archer. Archer-rogue. More projectile, obviously. But I think we're going to end the episode now. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, write down in the comments. And you can click on the right towards some other games that we put on this channel. See you there. Bye-bye.